Hello everyone, welcome back to online lecture series on applied thermodynamics. We are continuing our topic of properties of gases and mixtures. So let's quickly revise our previous topics. We started with Avogadro's law, that is, equal volumes of all perfect gases at same pressure and same temperature contains same number of molecules. So here mathematically we also proved this. The next was equation of state, in which these are pressure, specific volume and temperature are fundamental thermodynamics properties. Here we can write a single property in terms of remaining two properties. And for perfect gas, PV is equal to RT. And then we derived ideal gas equation on PV diagram as shown here. And in last lecture we arrived up to PV is equal to MRT, that is ideal gas equation in mass form. Now we will continue from here. So we will continue from our last equation that we obtained was PV is equal to MRT. Let me remind you that here capital R is the gas constant which is specific to a particular gas. Now we will slightly modify this equation in terms of moles. So the number of moles here, let me write down here, number of moles is equal to ratio of total mass and molecular mass. Okay, so in terms of symbols we can write down this as N is equal to small m divided by capital M. So that is the equation. We have already studied this in our fundamental chemistries. So now we can write down small m is equal to N into M. So here we can further write down that PV is equal to N M to R T. So here what can be done, that we can combine these two, that is M and R. So PV is equal to, we can say, N into R0 into T. So this is the final equation that we are having. where R0 is equal to universal gas constant. Okay, so this is all about our this was the remaining part of our ideal gas equation from previous lecture. So this is the end of this theory, and now we will begin our next topic, that is van der Waals equation. So why do we require van der Waals equation when we already have ideal gas equation? So here the ideal gas equation, let's say that in a very simple form, the very standard form of ideal gas equation was PV is equal to RT. Let's assume the mass to be unit kg. So this equation was derived based on two assumptions. First is no attraction or repulsion between molecules. This is the first assumption, and second is volume of molecules is negligible in comparison of total volume. So these were two assumptions here, and what happens that when pressure is high, so let's write down that different situation here. This how PV is equal to what may hold true at normal temperature with minor variation. However, let's say that pressure is very high in a condition with volume, sorry, temperature at low condition, low values, then there is a huge deviation from ideal gas equation. So with higher pressure, the attraction forces between molecules is dominant, as well as the volume of molecules are also in at par with the total volume. So for that purpose we cannot apply this standard equation PV is equal to RT, and here we need some modification of our this equation. So we will do correction for these two assumptions for actual application. So let's start with correction for size of molecules. Let's write down the first one is correction for size of molecules. So here we will take one vessel. Like this, and here let's say that the total volume of this vessel okay. So we are doing correction for second one first. Total volume is equal to V, and second is volume of molecules let's say equal to B. So space available, so what I'm trying to say that this is being occupied, or this entire thing is occupied by volume, by molecules. So here this will be B. So we have assumed that all molecules have gathered into corner to get the idea of the volume B here, and so the space which is actually available for movement of molecules is here V minus B. So the actual volume which is available is V minus B. So this will be here in this equation we will not be using V here. Instead of V we need to use V minus B, because that is the only volume which will be available. Now let's move forward with our second correction. That is correction for intermolecular attraction. So let's draw again another figure. And here let's say that we are having a molecule like this, and another molecule is also there. Like this. So we are focusing on two molecules. Let us say this to be molecule A and this to be molecule B, and here when we discuss about the molecular forces, A, which is fully inside the vessel, is having this kind of attractive forces from the neighboring molecule. So the resultant force on this molecule will be 0. However, when we discuss about this molecule which is striking the vessel, here will have imbalance of attractive forces. So because of that, there will be some attraction, resultant attraction force on B by the surrounding molecules. So let us take one case where there is no attraction, then there will be a higher momentum with which B will be striking. But in presence of attractive forces from the molecules which are present somewhere over here, the momentum with which this molecule B is striking will be less due to this molecular attraction. So the story is different at molecule B. So in this case, there are few facts that we need to understand here, that when the pressure drops, momentum of molecules also decreases. So here the equation that we are going to accept as of now is the decrease in pressure P prime is proportional to density of gas square, which is proportional to 1 divided by specific volume square. So here P prime is equal to A divided by V square. So this is the decrease in pressure. So the corrected pressure is equal to P plus P prime, which is equal to P plus A by V square. So we need to count this one. So when we modify this equation with taking this, that is effectively we are having here V minus B and pressure is P plus A by V square, so we can put it over there. The modified equation will be, see, previously it was PV is equal to RT, and here we are having P plus A by V square into V minus B equal to RT. And we can also write down this in another form, that P, pressure P, is equal to RT divided by V minus B minus A by V square is the final equation. Now we will discuss about slightly different topic where and it is based on this only, that is a PV diagram here. So let's modify this equation a bit, that after some mathematical formulation the equation can be modified as P V cube minus P B plus RT V square plus AV minus AB is equal to 0. So when we solve this equation we will be getting a graph between PV. So we will not solve it mathematically but directly see the relation. So here let's say PV. So here when we solve this equation, we will be getting three roots of volume. So let's draw the curve that we should be getting here. Like this. So here the three roots that we will be getting, let's draw a curve here. Line. So here the thing that we are getting is, we will get this point as V1. Here we will be getting V2, and here it will be V3. For the same pressure. Now what we are going to do is, as we are having three roots for volume, now here we will increase the temperature. So there will be slightly a different curve that we should be getting here, is like this. And beyond this point we will have a single root like this. And this point will be known as the critical point C. And beyond that, there will be only one real root for all values of pressure. So this is the critical point, and for critical point the mathematical formulation that we should be getting is del P over del V at critical point C is equal to 0, as well as del 2P over del V square C is equal to 0. So here we will continue this topic in our next lecture. So let's first copy this work into our main slides. So here this is the end of today's lecture. We will continue this topic in our next lecture. Thank you for watching this video.